Speaking of the All-Star Game, it was the day before, so that means Home Run Derby. As you've probably gathered by now, I am not a huge Home Run Derby guy. I'm not a Home Run Derby fanboy. Far from it.
You little fanboy bitch.
Yeah, I'm not that. Not for that. In fact, the opposite, actually. The honest answer is, generally, I dread it. All right. I don't like it at all. I only sit through it because I am paid to sit through it. And if they didn't pay me to sit through it, I wouldn't sit through it. Fact. It's being real. And the fact is, it's also getting more and more convoluted. And it's getting tougher and tougher to watch as the years go on. Yet, somehow, some way, shockingly, last night was actually watchable. In fact, I don't want to say it was borderline erotic, but it was borderline enjoyable. My man Brett Bielema, however, might call it
borderline erotic. Borderline erotic.
So yes, it is still long, it is still convoluted, and the presentation is still pretty confusing. The uniforms and the intros were weird, but in the end, I got to admit, last night was the rare night during that event that I didn't feel like it was a complete waste of time. All right, I'll admit it. I enjoyed it. There, I said it. I enjoyed it. And it's probably due to the fact that the winner had an all-time dump in his pants.
You have a big dump in your pants.
Not a big dump in your pants. The all-time dump in your pants.
You have a big dump in your pants.
The biggest dump in your pants.
You have a big dump in your pants.
The big dumper. Cal Raleigh, if you need him. Ladies and gentlemen, what a nickname, and what a first half that guy had, and what a performance last night, and what a legendary big dump in his pants. Imagine having such an enormous dump in your pants that it actually becomes your nickname. And that nickname actually catches on, and it becomes a viral sensation because everybody agrees you have an enormous dump in your pants. Look at the big dumper. It's one of the first things you learn also in baseball. Look at the Yankee broadcast zooming in on the big dump in his pants. And it's something you learn early on in baseball. And I used to say this to my wife, Jano. Like Jake had kind of a big dump in his pants for a guy. The way Jake had a funny build. And Jake would say, I got a big ass. And Janet would say, no, you don't. I'm like, honey, in baseball especially, it's good. In sports, it's good. You want to have a big dump in your pants in sports because you want that base. You want that foundation. So DJ would get all defensive. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. I would say, yes, he does. And it's good. But that aside, nobody in the world right now has a bigger, more famous dumper than the big dumper. Not J-Lo, not Beyonce, not Kim K, not any of those trying to achieve the big dump in their pants out of the trunk of people's cars, because that seems real safe. Well, let's just meet somebody on the street and let them inject you to save money out of the trunk of their car. You know, like dentists working out of the trunk of their car, dumpers working out of the trunk of their cars. Have you ever heard those stories about how it goes all wrong? And then they get like crazy diseases and infections? No way. Who saw that coming? Dumper augmentation gone wrong. You've seen those shows, right? I'm watching this show one day. It's in the ATL, and these two gals are like, hey, man, we're saving so much money. It's going to look great. Are you sure it's a good idea? Oh, it's a really good idea. You know how much money we're going to save? Do you know if we did this the way you normally do this, do you know how many thousands of dollars it'll cost us? This is going to cost us like $20. Yeah, but the needles, like how many times have they been used? And who is this guy? And why is the trunk like the trunk of a 1984 Camry? I'm telling you, girl, just do it. Anyway, in all seriousness, well, actually, I'm serious about that. That is really serious. But this dude, back to the dude, the big dumper, man, my man's not normal. He's just not. This is a switch hitting catcher who just won the home run derby. When no switch hitter or catcher has ever won that thing, and he's both. Dude just blasted 38 bombs in the first half of the season, just one shy of Baroid's record. And then he showed up last night, and he launched 54 more. And he slugged bombs from both sides of the plate in the same round. The guy hit 31 home runs, longer than 425 feet. And he had his pops throwing it to him and little bro catching, so it's all in the fam. I mean, all pretty incredible. Perfect, actually. Almost too perfect, which, of course, is where the tinfoil community comes in to join the chat. Because, of course. Because they're not going to be left out of anything good. Or any chat, for that matter. There had to be some controversy, even in something as innocuous as that. Right? You can't have an MLB event without MLB showing up and MLBing it all up. And for those who are crying foul this morning, on behalf of Brent Rooker, how you like my tinfoil hat? See it? I like the way it fits. Anyway, it's a fitted custom tinfoil hat, even over this perfectly coiffed lettuce. You watching on the stream? Anyway, there's a lot in that lettuce. I'm not going to lie. There's nothing not in that lettuce. Why do you think it looks so good? Anyway, if you've got an issue, this is one of the few times I'm going to side with the tinfoilers. They've actually got a pretty good point. Because check this. And it's going to take me a minute to lay this out. But at the end of round one, Rooker and Dumper were tied with 17 bombs each. Or so we thought. Turns out after a brief delay, MLB just making it up as they go along. They come back with this tiebreaker ruling that the Dumper gets to advance because his longest bomb of that round traveled less than a tenth of a foot farther than Rooker's longest bomb. And that was a real thing. If you weren't watching it, I'm not making that up. MLB came right out and said the Dumper advances because his longest home run was 470.61 feet. And Rooker's longest home run was 470.53 feet. So instead of having, a swing off, I mean, after all, it is the home run derby. Is that the whole point of a home run derby? You swing it off? No. What we're going to do is we're going to make up some decimal math to put the big Dumper through.
I'll make up for it now.
The event already takes forever. Let them swing it out, right? But no. We're supposed to believe that they've got the measuring technology to nail the distance of home runs as soon as they're hit within a tenth of a foot. They can't even get the strike zone called consistently, but somehow from 60 feet, 6 inches. But somehow they can measure home runs that travel over 450 feet to within 1/100th of a decimal point. Well, all right. So they even screwed Rooker out of his last 2 balls. He says he was 2 balls short in the round, but he was supposed to get 40 only to get 38. So we can't even make sure the right amount of balls are in the basket. But we can measure home run distance like some sort of laser-like NASA-level precision. All right, MLB, whatever you say. But again, we all know what that is. Not only is MLB going to MLB, what that really is they wanted the Dumper in the next round. God forbid they swing it off and he doesn't advance. For the same reason that they wanted the Miz in the game tonight. Now, to his credit, the Dumper did return the favor by pumping balls out of the yard. And he eventually bested an extremely impressive Junior Caminero in the final round. Even if the Dumper got even more help. I mean, you want to talk about a fix. You want to talk about something being fixed. How much help did the Dumper really need? Apparently, all that he could get. Because they helped him in that round, because some kid brought back a Caminero home run in one of my favorite home run derby moments ever. And that's not saying a lot because I hate the event. I'll admit it. But of course the home run still counted. But I almost wish it didn't. Check this dude out. Look at this kid. He should have gotten credit for an out with this, and that home run should have come off the board because this was clean. A clean robbery, and this ball did not leave the park. Check it.
Crazy.
No freaking way. No way.
Oh, no way. What are you doing?
Look at the kid on the bottom. Like,
Andrew
Jones.
What do you mean, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? He's going Jim Edmonds. He's going Willie Mays out there. What do you mean, what are you doing? What are you doing? He's doing what he was put out there to do. What are you doing? He's doing what any other kid would do in that situation. Living the dream, man. I love it so much. I can't believe that they've got announcers saying, what are you doing? I can't believe there are people actually complaining that this kid went all Jim Edmonds with it and somehow made it worse. Of course these kids are going to try to catch whatever they can. Especially they're going to bring one back if they can. You put kids out there with gloves, don't tell them not to use them, right? He tracked that perfectly, man. He timed it perfectly. He went over the fence. He brought it back in. The home run should not have counted, but it did. And even then, it still was not enough, which means the big dumper did become the first catcher and the first switch hitter to rip the home run crown just, wait for it, just as he predicted he would as an 8-year-old. Check out this 20-year-old video that resurfaced on social media this week of a little dumper crowning himself the home run champ.
I'm the home run derby champ. Oh. Say in the pamp in the lamp in the champ. I'm the home run derby champ. He got
I wasn't in the contest, was he?
You aren't going pee. What you say? What you say? I'm the man. I'm the man. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Man, you want to talk about a little dumper speaking it into existence. Don't ever tell me visualization doesn't work. Get it, little dumper. So awesome. What a great moment for Raleigh and his family. And for one of my favorite jungle drops ever. Clearly, Big Dumper was the big winner of yesterday's festivities. You want to know who the big loser was? Because if there's going to be a big winner, there's going to be a big loser. The big loser was the biggest home run hitter who was not in the competition. And that's not why he was the big loser, because a lot of guys sit it out. That's not unusual. The big loser was the big home run hitter who was not in it, a.k.a. Aaron Judge. Here's why. Check out this moment, an incredible moment that I had to watch twice to be sure that it was actually real. This moment yesterday before the Derby on the McAfee show that I still can't believe actually happened. Listen to Aaron Judge and what he actually said on that show.
Yeah, I just never wanted to be a liability out there. I wanted to be a complete player. I know how hard the pitcher's working on the mound, and I don't want to be that guy that, drops the ball, lets the ball fall in, and he's like, "This, come on, man."
Yeah. What? He doesn't want to be, quote, that guy. My dude, you're already that guy. What? You don't want to be that guy? You're already that guy. And the way he said it, too, man, with such bravado and disdain. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. I could never. Look at me. You know who the hell I am? Generally pretty humble, Judge. But the way he was selling that, like, yo, man, I would never let my pitcher down like that. I would never let my team down like that. I would never let this city of New York down like that. Come on, man. I would never, ever be that guy. I would never do this. I would never be that guy and do this. Oh, really? Really, Paul Bunyan? You mean like this?
With a heating up Judge, who settles under this ball, but then drops it. Can Hernandez get to the bag before the throw? He does.
Did you literally just go on a show and say, I would never be that guy? Bro, you are that guy. Look, we have it documented. Hit you in a bad spot, didn't it? Your glove.
Come on, man.
Yeah, come on, man. I would never be that guy. Hit you in the worst spot possible. Your hand. What do you mean you don't want to be that guy?
Come on,
you are that guy. You would never want to be that guy. Pretty hilarious, bro, because you are him. You are the manager. I'd say, dude, he's just cracking. He's just cracking wise, right? Or maybe he's trolling us, right? Or poking fun at himself, right? No. None of that. He actually, I think, convinced himself that never actually happened. Yet I'm watching it over and over again on the feed right now. I know it happened. But somehow that guy convinced himself that didn't happen. That he would never be that guy when he's already that guy. Bro, listen, you're a good dude. You're a great player. You're a Hall of Famer. But you really need to stop lying to yourself and the rest of us because you are absolutely that guy.
I am them.
You are them, Aaron. Can I see that soundbite one more time, Lauren? Did he really actually? And not only did he say it, but the way he said it, like, come on, man. Come on, man. You know me. I would never be that guy. I'm not that guy.
Yeah, I just never wanted to be a liability out there. I wanted to be a complete player. I know how hard the pitcher's working on the mound, and I don't want to be that guy that, drops the ball, lets the ball fall in, and he's like, just come on, man.
Yeah.
What?
Nobody had the temerity to say, dude, you know you're in the World Series, right? You know that you dropped a can of corn while you're up 5-0 in a World Series game, a game that the Yankees lost, which also lost them the World Series. You remember this, right?
Come on, man.
Yeah. Come on, man. How did you conveniently forget about that? Anyway, bro, I mean, if whatever gets through the night, if it works for you, but believe me, you are that guy. You did that. That's an amazing moment. That's almost as amazing as anything that actually transpired during the Derby itself. That may have been a highlight, the highlight for me of the night. Come on, man. I never want to be a liability. Yeah, we heard you, Rome, the first 10 times you said it. You know what? I could say it 20 more times, and I still wouldn't believe it.
What are you doing?
My man, it didn't happen that long ago. How have you already forgotten that? Believe me, there's a lot of things that have happened in my life that I would like to forget, but I can't. Because either A, people always remind me of them, or B, I know they happened and I own them. I'm guessing for a lot of people, that was the very last Yankee game they watched. So maybe he's thinking it, and they won't remember. And then if I come out here and I say it a certain way, then they won't think it ever happened. No, dude, the internet is in ink and forever, as I always say. That happened. Again, great guy, amazing player, but how are you going to say that? Like, maybe you want to say, I don't want that to ever happen again. I know what it's like. I pride myself on being a complete player, not one of my finer moments. A can of corn that I dropped, and we had a 5-run lead that disappeared altogether. Anyway, that's Home Run Derby. So normally, I would say I want nothing to do with that. I had fun with that last night. I'll admit it. It was kind of cool.